Yo, happening people, L3 here. I have made the pick of making a podcast because one, I want more of my face on YouTube, so I'm able of producing more music, getting more people aware of all of my craft. I am a musician, plus have a love of language. From finding the start of language, I now have a love of learning or a love of new skills. So I want me learning like all the languages, well, as all languages is much, yet about 15 languages is enough of being able of speaking anywhere in the world. So I want the skills. I am making a game, so some of the podcast is on my game as well. I draw, chances are is well, if you must see one, I have some now I am on the process of making sprites on said game. The name, some people are clued up on the name of my game, yet the name right now till I get more people on the production of the game, because right now is people making effort yet not proper, if you get me. So it's not as part of a team, is we help you on through speaking, yet not as a proper part of the team yet, except some people want themselves as part of the team proper. So I have made much of the lore on the game as well. Just a brief scope of the game. Now, I also want me making a podcast on more of about me as a person. So I have seen people make podcasts about themselves or about specifics. As I study much, I shall make podcasts about studying, plus my game, plus all of the skills I get. So it is part of the podcast as a general. Now, said podcast, the first podcast is about TV. Why I dislike TV. TV is, well, TV is fun, yet much people watch, well, much, TV is some TV is okay. Now I made some calculations. The average person spends about 5, 7, if I make as, it's like 420, about 400, the irony, right? 420 minutes per day. I say minutes as a quirk, minutes per day. Yet is much. Now, if it's all days, you're gonna waste away. Now, I made the sum of all through a year, if is all days. Now, is the equivalent of the average, is the equivalent of 120k. Some people spend more time on the TV as well, just is much. 120k minutes, or up at 240k minutes per year. Per year. If you had the time, or if you had the self-respect, you make use of the time, then learn a new skill, a language, or mechanics, or math, or art, or invest some of your day tearing your muscles so you bulk, or planning or making a plan of the future. Now, it's not just TV. Games are the same. Now, sounds stupid, or as I am making a game myself, yet much of a person spends or wastes similar numbers. So why? Why? Then all you have is no skills. You might have a job, yet you return at your pad, then play games, then go work, return at your pad, then play games. It's not the same as making a major or proper achieve on yourself plus all of your being. Now, I see no valid why people just watch TV or play games. I was one of these people. I was. Then just clocked. All just clocked from the start. I'm like, if I had the same revelation 11 years, 12 years prior, I take over the world. Then got me thinking, well, I can start. So I have. I have been making endeavors at art, been making endeavors at studying law, coding, everything, just because I might as well. Then I'm able of making some good or some difference in the world, at the world. So I might as well. Now, I make music as well. So my main professions are music, my game, plus my craft. My main craft, side skills aside, my main craft is, if you see here is wax. So right now I am making endeavors at learning. I say learning. I've learned much already. I must get some more tools yet of making jewelry. So one saves me much money on well, makes money because chains, bangles, regardless of the subliminal, lockets, necklaces, plus. Now, even say like Viking braces, braces, earrings, rings. Now, as I said prior, also makes me save much money on my wedding ring. Plus makes me able of well, it's making some jewelry of like my soul, if you get the value of a soul. So if you want yourself making a proper ring, then could cost 1k, 2k, 3k, 5k, 10k. And like the most valuable rings, some of them really are as pricey as you see, or as I just said. So my thinking is, well, if I have a TV, I could watch TV, or I could make myself get skills so I can make money, because the world in part revolves around money. Money plus if people speak about you. Money plus if people speak about you is the way of the world, my opinion. Now, I see much people waste their money. You see right here, I'm drinking water. I have water. Now, I go places, or say at your place of earn, your wage place, or your nan's or something. Most people refrain from drinking water. They have tea, or coffee, or fizzy drinks, or plus. Now, why? Makes no sense. My way of thinking is if you have spare, even if a spare 30, 60 mins of your day, 30, 60 minutes of your day, then say if you spent half on law plus a language, law plus one language, then you have a route, like you have a route at where you want, or at the place, your goal you are looking at. Now, say law Japanese, then you are able of being interpret. So you can teach, you can interpret, you can just go through law, yet also gives you the skill of being at another country, plus flourishing in said country because you get the language. So strikes me as odd of much people wasting all of their day. I make effort at not. I might get tired. I might get drowsy. I might get annoyed. Yet I always make effort at improving myself all days. I improve, even if I must improvise some. I improve. I refuse at people thinking L3 is someone of just a waste or something. No, I refuse, regardless of people speaking of me, because I respect myself, plus I respect other people much. Now, might have made some errors in my life, yet, real talk, as far as major errors go, I can count on 1, 2, like at uni, one place after uni, one girl of making them not loyal, plus one girl of what virtuous way I make a song of, so I make right. Of all of the negatives I have made 7 times more of the reverse. So why watch TV? Right now, I make a podcast. You can make a podcast too. Is my first introduction of L3's podcast. Thanks. I shall see ya when I see ya.